Welcome to Dinopedia, your dinosaurs channel. What is its name? The Stegosaurus, whose name means roofed lizard, it received this name because its protective bone plates were thought to be arranged like tiles and a roof. What was its size? It normally reached a length of 6.5 meters. He was about 3 meters high at the hips and weighed close to 2 tons. Large individuals could grow to 9 meters, 29.5 feet, in length and weigh between 5.3 and 7 metric tons, 5.8 and 7.7 short tons. What did it look like? Today it is known that its plates were standing along the spine, fixed on the very hard skin and not on the skeleton. The body of this animal was massive and the extremely muscular tail was its weapon of attack, since it had 4 bone spines 50 centimeters to 1 meter in length. The neck ended in an absurdly small head, only 40 centimeters, containing a brain the size of a walnut. Stegosaurs, members of the suborder Stegosauria, are a group of ornithischial dinosaurs that lived from the mid-Jurassic to the early Cretaceous. They carried bone plates and spines along their backs, from the neck to the tip of the tail, which were attached to the skin. Many also had a pair of spikes protruding from their shoulders. Their heavy, strong bodies had small, slightly elevated heads, suggesting that their diet consisted of ferns and other small plants. Stegosaurs must have consumed huge amounts of vegetables to support their large mass. The skull of these animals was long, low, and narrow, ending in a slender, toothless beak. Small molar teeth were found at the back of the mouth, which had fleshy cheeks. Since the brain of the Stegosaurs was very small, it was thought that they had 2, the larger one would be close to the hips. In fact, the second brain was just a bundle of nerves that controlled the hind limbs and the tail. Even with a brain as big as a nut, the immense plates that ran from the neck to the tail were arranged in 2 rows, one on each side of the spine. Some of these plates were more than 60 centimeters high. Stegosaurus also had 2 to 4 pairs of tips on its tail. His body had an arched appearance. Its hind legs were longer than its front legs. The Stegosaurus had a small, narrow head with a horn-shaped beak. The plates contained blood vessels that may also have helped to control body temperature. Each hind leg had 3 short toes, while each forepaw had 5, only the 2 inner fingers had a blunt hull. What did it eat? Stegosaurus was herbivorous. Where did it live? Several species of Stegosaurus lived in North America. Some were more primitive and had smaller, more pointed plates. Stegosaurs first appeared in East Asia, in the Middle Jurassic. Huangosaurus, the oldest known, lived in China, 165 million years ago. The end of the Jurassic was its peak, when it spread across East Africa, Europe, and North America. In the early Cretaceous, however, Stegosaurs declined when angiosperms became the dominant plants and led to the evolution of new groups of herbivores. One of the last Stegosaurs was Wuorhosaurus, who lived in East Asia 129 million years ago. Then, the ankylosaurs, Ankylosauria, dinosaurs even better protected that, together with the Stegosaurs, formed the clade of thyrophores, Thyreophora, gained space. Fossils, or remains, of Stegosaurs have been found in various places in the United States, such as the states of Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and Oklahoma. He lived in wooded areas with low plants. When did it live? Stegosaurus lived between 159 million and 144 million years ago. The fossils of this genus date from the Upper Jurassic period, from the Kimmeridgian period to the first aged strata of the Tithonian, between 155 and 148 million years ago, in the western United States and in Portugal. How did it behave? Stegosaurus was a large dinosaur, which crawled heavily with its 4 legs. There are several theories about the use of its plates, as armor or perhaps as thermal regulators, heating or cooling the body of Stegosaurus according to its position in the sun or in the wind. There is also the possibility that these plates were used for display, so when a predator attacked or a partner was found, Stegosaurus would pump blood to the plates and they would become more vivid and red, which would seduce the partner or frighten the attacker. The extremely muscular tail was its weapon of attack, since it had 4 bone spines 50 centimeters to 1 meter in length. When Stegosaurus was in danger, it would bend its head downwards, protecting it with its nape full of plagues and at the same time applying strong lateral strikes with its tail. Stegosaurs were not completely stupid and had a well-developed olfactory bulb, guaranteeing a good sense of smell. He used his pointed tail and wide plates to defend himself. Stegosaurs probably lived in herds. How was it discovered? It was discovered through remains recovered in northern Morrison, Colorado, United States. The remains of Stegosaurus were first identified during the Bone War by the American paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh. The first skeletons discovered were fragmented and the bones were scattered, and it would take many years for the true appearance of these animals, including their posture and plate arrangement, to become well understood. Additional information. Stegosaurus armatus. The largest genus of Stegosaurus was also the first to be discovered and, therefore, ended up lending its name to the group. Huayangosaurids and Stegosaurids. The suborder Stegosaurs is divided into the families Huayangosaurids, Huayangosauridae, and Stegosaurids, Stegosauridae. The only known Huayangosaurids are the Huayangosaurus and possibly the Regnosaurus of England. They had shorter, taller skulls and teeth in front of the mouth. Stegosaurs include all other stegosaurs, which are more closely related to Stegosaurus than to Huayangosaurus, Lexovisaurus, Twagiongosaurus, Wuorhosaurus, Dacentrurus, among others, in addition to Stegosaurus himself. Stegosaurus is one of the best-known dinosaurs and has appeared in films, postage stamps and many other types of media. Their teeth and jaws are very different from those of other herbivorous ornithischial dinosaurs, suggesting that they had a different way of eating that is still not very well understood. What is not yet known about it? Researchers still do not know the true use of their backplates. Its way of eating is still not very well understood. Dinosaur data. Name, Stegosaurus. Scientific name, Stegosaurus armatus. Period, Jurassic. Place where he lived, North America. Weight, about 6 tons. Size, 12 meters long and 4 meters high. Food, herbivorous. Scientific classification. Kingdom, Animalia. Phylum, Chordata. Clado, Dinosauria. Order, Ornithischia. Suborder, Stegosauria. Family, Stegosauridae. Subfamily, Stegosaurini. Genus, Stegosaurus. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.